Hi guys, it's Ben again from Nerf Mods for Dummies. Today we're going to look at the Raider. Raider is very popular and it was one of the first generation of end strikes to come out. It holds a 35 drum and a really comfy stock adapter. A lot of people do buy them for these parts and throw out the Raider themselves because they are a reverse plunger which take these bigger, softer springs, so you don't get the same performance out of them as you do out of your Retaliator or stuff like that. But by dropping in this 5 kilo spring I brought from hobbymods.net.au that are also available through Orange Modworks, will make it a bit more respectable. So these things, people do take them, get the stock off, drum out, and then throw them or give them away to thrift shops. So you can pick them up relatively cheap. Some people don't like them, especially left-handed players, because when they're playing, the mag's on the wrong side to load, or like that. But for a right-hander it is very comfortable and fun to use. First thing we've got to do is remove this, which takes a bit of force, so unless you have the strength you need to get a knife or a screwdriver into here and just work your way around it. It can be a bit painful. Again, I'm using a butter knife so I don't accidentally slip and hurt myself. Work all the way around the seam. I personally doing this would just pop the back open and do it, but it won't be very educational for you guys if I do that. There we go. Bit of force and a knife to get it undone. So you can pause it here and come back to it if you're still pulling away and trying to get it undone. There we go to start with. As always, be primed. Take the stock attachment off first. This blaster was you can say like the prototype for the Rampage. Rampage is the elite version and I like it really well. Out of the box is probably my favourite of the blasters, because it has the angled pump grip on it already. It is a lot of fun to play with. The Retaliator is really good, but then if you want to play pump style, then you need to go and buy a grip. This and the Elite Alpha Trooper come with the grips already attached. But I find the Rampage over the Elite Alpha Trooper gets better range and better power out of the same spring output. I think there might be a slight difference in plunger tube volume. Plunger tube is where all the air sits after you prime it, and then the air comes through and pushes the dart. So the more air there is, the quicker the dart goes. So I think the simple answer to that is slightly bigger plunger tube, more air delivery, means you get better results. As I said, the spring I got was from hobbymods.net.au. They do have them on special for a $2 clearance. I'm not sure if they will do at the time that you watch this video, through eBay or through their own web store. Orange Modworks do sell them as well. They are Recon, Long Strike, Raider, Alpha Trooper springs. So if you see a spring for any one of those, you know it's going to fit into this. Some people will just name them one at a time, so if you look for an upgraded 5 kilo Recon spring, it will fit this. And there's Long Strike 5 kilo will fit this. Almost done. Get all these screws undone. Okay, first up, I'm going to remove the priming handle. And much like the Alpha Trooper, Elite Alpha Trooper as well, there's a steel bar that primes it through here and it hooks onto the handle. So let's get this opened up. This one, I think. Yeah. This one. Tell me I missed two. I did. Very rigid. There we go. I've lost parts out of it already. This is the time when you do this, it's a good time to get onto Google and Google what you're looking at. So if this has happened before you've taken a picture, get onto Google, for example this, Nerf radar internals, and you'll be able to see where everything fits back in. I am a little bit familiar with this one, so I'll just whack it back together after I get it apart. It's going to be one of those ones that doesn't want to come apart. There we go. So, stock attachment point was there, so be careful that doesn't spring out. It's always good to do it facing a wall like I am here, so if it does spring out, it will come straight back. There we go, put the shell on the side with all the screws still in place. And I'll just slip that back in there because it is straightforward. And just feel it click into place. Done. It's a lot more straightforward compared to your recons and your alpha troopers because all the release mechanisms are in here. These are finicky. I have taken them apart once. I don't recommend doing it. So all the stuff that normally sits down here is in here. So it makes it a bit easier for you. And now it's just removal of the stock spring. Keep them nice and easy. You just hold the trigger catch in place. Throw that aside or throw it out if you don't want to keep it. Slide the 5 kilo in. Easy. Make sure everything's better down in place. A lot of it is already screwed in, which you can see behind in there. So really the only thing will move on you will be the sled and the trigger. So it makes it nice and easy to work with. So get them all back together. Crack makes you know that you've got everything in place. Beautiful. Nice and easy. This is very much the same as if you're doing it to a rampage as well, because it is the same design, just with the big reverse plunger. You have the elite plunger that's direct on the rampage, which hopefully I'll get my hands on a rampage soon and I'll do a replacement on that as well because I haven't done one yet. So tightening up all screws. The most fun part, so if you're tired of my annoying voice, pause it and go to the end when you see me put it back together. Maybe one day I might be able to invest and give you some on-hold music while it's being screwed back together. Sorry, that's not today though. Once again, this is another one where the AR can be removed. But it is a 12-year-old toy, and with the AR removed, it's going to cause a lot of stress on the inside, especially with the double output spring that you've just put into it. I would not recommend it, but it is your toy, not my toy. This is my toy, and I don't want to break my toy. I'll keep it the way it is. Alright, when you put it back together, that loop goes over that long piece of plastic there. You can see it stands out more than the others. So the steel goes over that loop. That over the top, and when it's going to line it up and also make sure it's in a track. Crack means it's in place. And then here 5 screws. You can buy 3D printed flat pumps for them. They are nice, but they will set you back $20–30, which is probably more than what the blast is worth, so I don't see the point. I have seen people though get to it with a hacksaw, cut it across there and put some other kind of plastic around the outside or even some thick rubber, and that will give you your pump style grip as well. Just depends on what you're comfortable with. Just slide this back in place, click, that's all in place. Stock adapter back on. And this one will be done. I don't have the drum for this to show you it load because I brought it second hand and whoever had it took the drum, took the stock and sold it. I do have a 6 clip sitting here somewhere. Put 2 darts in. Prime it. Noggin. Because the AR's intact. We'll give you a similar rate of fire as Retaliator, but even with this longer barrel section on it, on the Rampage at least, this will give you the same output, maybe even a little bit more with a 5 kilo spring in them as a Retaliator will. But anyway, this is the Raider, 5 kilo spring put in place, nice and easy. Everything still works, jam door, still works. It is old and a little bit crusty, like me. Everything still works on it, and the jam door will tighten it primed. Really good blaster for HVZ or CQB. Even in stock form, but with a 5 kilo spring, either reverse plunger style or your elite style for your Rampage. Still works really well if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, you're gonna have a bad day. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe and share the videos, and I'll look to get another one up soon as well. Please leave comments if there's any blasters you'd like to see me do, or any other things you've got to say about the video that I could have done differently or that you prefer to see. Thanks for watching.